Gold. It's one of the oldest, most traditional assets in the entire world. But right now in China, it's getting this radical, high-tech makeover. And you want to know who's driving it? Gen Z. So today, we're going to dive into how this ancient metal has been completely reinvented for the digital age. I mean, this quote just nails it, right? It perfectly captures the huge shift we're talking about. Gold is no longer this thing that's hidden away in a safe, something you only bring out for a wedding or a big anniversary. Now, it's out there, it's dynamic, it's public, and it's being sold in these super high-energy online live streams, not just some quiet, stuffy jewelry store. So, first things first, let's really unpack the massive change in perspective that's going on here. There is a true generation gap when it comes to gold, and we're seeing it morph from this serious family heirloom into an everyday fashion statement. For the parents' generation, gold was serious business. We're talking a practical, long-term family investment. It was often heavy, traditional, not really about fashion. But for young people today, it is the complete opposite. It's become a casual, emotional mood booster, something that's trendy, lightweight, and, this is the key, affordable and fun. And you gotta understand, this traditional view runs deep in Chinese culture. Gold was a staple for huge life events, like a wedding, right? A bride might get the traditional 3 things that are gold. It was something you kept safe for a rainy day, stored away. Not something you just, wear at a brunch on a Sunday. Okay, so this cultural shift isn't just some vague feeling or a hunch. It is backed by some absolutely staggering numbers. This new gold rush is a story that's really best told through the data. Check this out. According to the World Gold Council, if you go back to 2019, only about 37% of young Chinese consumers, we're talking ages 18 to 24, owned any gold jewelry. Fast forward to 2025, and that number is projected to hit 62%. That is a huge jump in just a few years. This isn't some small trend. It's a complete market transformation. Which, of course, leads to the big question, right? A 25-point surge in ownership like that doesn't just happen out of nowhere. What in the world is fueling this fire? What's getting this young generation to buy gold like never before? And the answer is fascinating because it's almost a perfect split between 2 key drivers. On one hand, 42% are buying it for the emotional value. It's shiny, it's fun, it's a great mood booster. But right on its heels at 41% is this idea called savings-style consumption. In an economy that feels a little uncertain, they see it as a smart, tangible way to save. So here's the crucial point. It's both a treat and an investment. So we've got the why they're buying it, but the how and the where, well, that's an equally revolutionary part of this story. The entire marketplace has been completely turned on its head. Think about the old way, right? Buying gold meant a planned trip to a physical store. It was intentional, you'd go, you'd try things on, make a really considered choice. The online buyer experience today, it's a completely different universe. It's all happening on live streams, it's driven by impulse and mood, and honestly, it feels more like catching a great deal or joining a trend, almost like grabbing a candy bar at the checkout. And if you want hard proof of this shift, just look at this number. Negative 896. That's how many physical stores, just one major jewelry brand, Chow Tai Fook, closed in a single year, because foot traffic just vanished. But while all those stores were closing, this was happening online. 100 million yuan. That's about 14 million US dollars. That was the total value of stuff sold by top gold brand live streams in a single month. The money didn't disappear. It just rocketed over to the internet. But this whole revolution isn't just about where you buy it. To really grab this new audience, the product itself had to be completely reinvented. And this is where pop culture gets its Midas touch. The new formula is actually brilliant in its simplicity, lightweight, low-gram designs. By using just a tiny amount of gold, brands can create products that are delicate, super fashionable, and, most importantly, radically more affordable for an everyday person. And this just blew the doors open for a whole new world of products. I mean, we're talking about delicate little pieces that cost as little as $14. We're seeing collectible gold stickers you can slap on your phone, and even these micro gold notes that are as small as 0.2 grams. Gold is not just a necklace or a ring anymore, not by a long shot. And the power of branding and pop culture here is just incredible. brands are teaming up with these huge pop culture giants. So you can grab a 0.2-gram microgold note from a popular Chinese animation for about $73. Or if you're a really, really diehard fan, you could buy a pure gold Gundam collectible for over $120,000. It's the same strategy, just hitting every single price point imaginable. So let's pull all these threads together. What we're really witnessing here is this perfect storm of fun, fashion, and finance. And it's creating a completely new kind of modern investment. And it all comes back to that key idea we talked about, savings style consumption. For these young buyers, a gold purchase doesn't feel like wasteful spending. It feels different. It's a treat, for sure. But it's also this tangible asset that they know is going to hold its value over time. It's basically a guilt-free splurge. You could say it's the bling-bling effect crashing right into some serious investment logic. You get that instant gratification from something shiny and new that just makes you happy, but you're also tapping into that wisdom from parents and grandparents who always knew that gold was a safe bet. And so that leaves us with this final, really fascinating question to chew on. In our world that's getting more and more digital, with crypto and NFTs, what does it really mean when the most digitally native generation of all starts flocking back to one of the world's oldest, most tangible physical assets? It's a paradox that might just tell us a whole lot about the future of value itself.